So that's not easy. Huh? Yeah. The only thing sometimes that we say something and after that we give the detail, and so that's yeah.
Konstantin, I need some microphone. There's some sabotage. No, it might. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope that you had a good night and a good sleep. And I really also hope that you could a little bit appreciate what you saw yesterday at Mariinsky Theater. Unfortunately, Valery Gergiev could not join us. He came a little bit later, so I had to have a very late dinner with him. He's an exceptional person. And I really hope that you could a little bit understand what was on the scene. I mean, the bronze horseman, what we saw in the last part of the exhibition yesterday, it took what, maybe 45 minutes. But can you imagine that this will go for nearly 3 hours? And it's really the case. So that's why I told them, don't go over 1 hour, because if you're not really specialist, you will be thinking on another things. But think it over. Can you imagine these people? I mean, there were around 50 people. There was also a horse on the scene. And these 50 people, they were in movement all the time. So can you imagine that during maybe 3 hours? And when you were really watching, you could see they were not really jumping on the scene. You couldn't hear the noise. They were just flying in the dancing and when they are jumping. But this is exceptional. And this is actually this fantastic ballet school that they have here in Russia. They have that also, as I said, in Moscow. So what the goal to have this semi-annual congress here in St. Petersburg in Russia, I think I would say that's my intention was to give you a little bit the feeling of Russia. Russia at the moment is, I make a political speech here, but Russia is, it's always considered if you as an enemy, as a really strange country with the people. And when you ask the people, did you ever go to Russia? Oh no, never. So now you're for you people maybe being the first time, just try to understand. This is the very good point, being an international federation where you have to travel, to meet people, to dialogue, and try to understand each other. I mean, for sure, Petersburg is so much different than maybe Novosibirsk or Khabarovsk, and maybe in the north, or Vladivostok. But this special place here in St. Petersburg is really exceptional. So on Tuesday night, we had very good singers. So Dima Kurbatov, thank you very much for the Russian Ice Hockey Federation. How you did that. We had some singers there. I was missing a little bit the singers yesterday, but the start with the 101 ballet and then the Swan. I mean, when you see this fantastic lady just dancing on this, she was not dancing, she was flying. And I really hope that you appreciated that. And this evening we have a hockey game. So we are going back to the roots, and you will see some Triple Gold Club members. You will see Olympic champions, Stanley Cup winners. And I really hope you will have a lot of fun. So going from Tuesday night from this museum, and then to the ballet, to the culture, to the Mariinsky, and now to the hockey game. And tomorrow we will go in a big palace to have the gala dinner. And last but not least, you have we made an official puck here from the Semi-Annual Congress in Russia. And if you look a little bit back, it's the last official game puck. So this is a collection. I don't know how many we did. John, you know, maybe 200. I don't know, maybe Christian, you know, how many we did. So collect them, 400. That's a high number, but that's good. So only 400, we do much more normally in the official game. So I think that should be a good souvenir. So John, I think we can continue with the continuation of the Semi-Annual Congress. So I think I would like to give you the floor for some points to give it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very warm welcome. Good morning from my side as well. Like Rene said, I hope you enjoyed yesterday's evening. I will not make 100 moves up here in the ballot way, but I will make 81 roll calls afterwards. So be prepared, and I will not count them down like they did yesterday. Before I start with the roll call, I have some organizational remarks like every morning. It's first of all, I want to inform you that during this session, there will be a person with a camera in the room filming for a sports documentary. Just that you are aware, but don't be afraid if somebody walks in with a camera and filming. They are doing a sports documentary, and they want to take part of they also want to include a little bit the Congress, just that you are aware of it. This is approved from our side, so no worries. Then I would like to inform you for the candidates is a practice time this afternoon from 1 to 2. It's not ice practice. It's practice here on the stage that they can get a feeling how it is to sit up here or stand up here and talk to the people. It's from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock in here for all the candidates. Then I have a remark regarding the game schedules of the different tournaments. I have received a reminder from our event department, and they ask us to sign and approve the game schedules of the different tournaments, if possible, here during this Congress, that we have all of them signed and approved by end of this week. That would be very helpful for everybody. Last but not least, an information regarding the social program today. Like Rene said, there will be the Legends game, and I can guarantee not only the dancers yesterday were flying, I'm 100% sure that the players are flying today as well on the ice. The pickup will be at 4 o'clock for the players and at 4:45 for the fans, supporters, and spectators. This would be my organizational remarks. I think there's another one coming. Yes, thank you, Ash. I'd like to remind you on the COVID testing, please go and test according to the schedule, because this is the state law and we are getting in risk that we break the law, that we are thrown out. So please stay to the schedule and go and test according to the schedule. You find the schedule in the hallway in front of the accreditation center. There are several points at the hospitality desk where you find the schedule of testing, which your name is on, the date is on, and the time is on, from which time you can go there. And really, please do it. We don't want to get in trouble with the state here. Thank you. This is all regarding the organizational remarks, and now I will start with the moves. Like I said, I don't show it. Sorry.
Maybe I forgot something here. We have Ivo Feriani. He is the president of the FIS. I know they changed. I mean, the Bobsleigh Federation, International Bobsleigh Federation. He's also actually a member of the executive board, the president of the Winter Sports Federation. And Ivo, maybe in the back, just stand up that you can see him. He's coming here to say hello. So thank you, Ivo, for coming.
he is Italian, so this is a good point, I would say so. And yes, Andrea, this is a good one. But thank you, Ivo. I think we have also the biathlon president who will join us today. I hope so. And but we will see. All the others, they were very busy not to be able to come. And maybe just to say about the COVID-19, this is very exceptional that we can do the Congress here, but we have these rules. So please, I mean, it's not a big thing just to go on the first floor and make this little test. I mean, they do it very quickly, very fast. So please do it. It's very important that we follow these rules. So thank you to remind us, Ashley. Okay, John, you can go on the roll call.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, I start the roll call again with the virtual attendees. Please unmute your mic and let me know that you're present. Australia.
Yes, good afternoon, good morning, present.
Thank you. Canada.
President John, thank you.
Thank you. China.
Yes, good morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Hong Kong.
Present. Hi, everyone.
Thank you. Hungary.
Good morning, I'm here.
Thank you. Israel.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you. Japan.
Good morning, President.
Thank you. Korea.
Good morning, Korea ready.
Thank you. Malaysia.
Good morning,
Yes.
President.
Thank you. Mongolia. No. New Zealand.
Good morning.
Good morning. DPR Korea. Yes, I see them. They are here.
Morning.
Philippines.
Morning, President.
Morning, present. Thank you. Romania.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. South Africa.
Good morning, South Africa present.
Thank you. Thailand.
Good morning, Thailand present.
Thank you. USA.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Algeria.
Good morning.
Thank you. Andorra. Andorra. Not here. Argentina.
Good morning, present.
Thank you. Indonesia. Indonesia. See them. Iran.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Jamaica. Jamaica. No. Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. No. Macau.
Yes, here.
Thank you. Portugal. Portugal. No. Singapore.
Hi, morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. Not present. Then we go in room. Goes a little bit faster. Austria. Thank you. Azerbaijan. Thank you. Belgium. Thank you. Bosnia, Herzegovina. Thank you. Belarus. Thank you. Bulgaria. Thank you. Croatia. Thank you. Czech Republic. Thank you. Denmark. Thank you. Spain. Thank you. Estonia. Thank you. Finland. Thank you. France. Thank you. Great Britain. Thank you. Georgia. Thank you. Germany. Thank you. India. Thank you. Ireland. Aaron, not here. Iceland, thank you. Italy, thank you. Kazakhstan, thank you. Kyrgyzstan, thank you. Kuwait, thank you. Latvia, thank you. Lithuania, thank you. Luxembourg, thank you. Mexico, thank you. Netherlands, thank you. Norway, thank you. Poland, thank you. Russia, thank you. Slovenia, thank you. Serbia, thank you. Slovakia, thank you. Sweden, thank you. Switzerland, thank you. Chinese Taipei, thank you. Turkmenistan, thank you. Turkey, not here. United Arab Emirates, thank you. Ukraine, thank you. Armenia, no. Colombia, Greece, thank you. Lebanon, thank you. Morocco, thank you. North Macedonia, no. Nepal, thank you. And Qatar, thank you. Done.
Merci, John. So we can, if there are no questions regarding this roll call, so we can continue with the agenda. Allocation of the championship, I think, John. Are you ready? So I think we have to vote because we could not find an agreement in between them. So you have the floor. Go ahead.
Yes, as our president mentioned, we have to vote because we couldn't find an agreement between the applicants. Just want to repeat, it's the World Women Division 3B. The applicants are Estonia, Israel, and Serbia. Voting rights have the 4 participants and the council members. Voting members are the 4 participants and council. Does one of the participant teams applicants want to speak? This is not the case. As Israel is virtual, we have sent out a resolution to them yesterday to allow to exercise their right to vote, and they have agreed to that and have signed this resolution. So we have a proxy with the voting of Israel. And I ask Andy as scrutineer. The procedure is the following. I will name the participant names. The first delegate of each country should advance to Andy. He will hand out the ballot. And Ashley will hand out the ballot to the council members. Ready? Bosnia, 2 votes. You have to vote. Oh. Just one. Just one. Estonia, 2 votes. Israel has 2 votes already said, and Serbia 2 votes. And we have each council member with 1 vote. Everybody has received their ballots. Please name the participant you want as organizer and bring it back to Ashley. The vote is open. As soon as we have collected all the ballots, the vote is closed.
Actually, that will be a test for on Saturday morning. John, I wish you good luck. So, we decided not to go on an electronic vote because of different reason. I think we did that also that in Moscow. So in this case, I think it's good that we go on paperwork, but it will take a little bit more time. So we will see how it works now. But and the more important is on Saturday morning that we will not do any mistakes, not to go to court arbitration of sport and then start the exercise on the same way. Coming back to St. Petersburg would be nice, maybe, John, no?
We made the test this morning.
Huh?
We made the test.
You made the test this morning, so that's good. Thank you, Andy. So the winner is Serbia with 52% of the votes, 11 votes, so 10 votes. Congratulations, Serbia, for getting this championship. We have Estonia with 5 votes, Israel with 4, and as I said before, Serbia with 10 votes. Merci beaucoup. And I think then we go to the next agenda point on the report of the upcoming 2022 Olympic Winter Games, Beijing. Actually, we have in the room, I don't know if Emma is here. Is Emma here? Emma, I cannot see her. Actually, Emma is our IOC member. She is elected one of the elected athletes. I think it was in Pyeongchang. And the Athletes Commission actually decided to have her as a chairwoman, and she is representing the athletes, winter sports athletes in the IOC Executive Board, as Ivo also actually is representing the Winter Sports Federation in the IOC Executive Board. So we are actually very, very proud that Emma is representing ice hockey, not only actually the athletes, but also ice hockey in the IOC Executive Board. We had a very good discussion yesterday regarding the organization of the Winter Olympics in Beijing. We were on video with Bokok. There were representatives also from the IOC, and we had all the federation participating, more or less, I would say, participating in these Olympic Games on the women's side and on the men's side. We just gave some information regarding the NHL and NHLPA contract we do. So as I said, maybe also before, we are working on the same principle as we did in Sochi, as we did in Vancouver, as we did in Torino, in Salt Lake City and Nagano. I think the same principle that on one side, the IOC or the organizer, at this case now in Beijing 2022, Bokok will actually take care of the costs. As you maybe know, President Bach was not really in favor that the IOC should pay this cost. We were very lucky that with Juan Antonio Samaranch in 1998 and also in 2002 when he took the decision, he actually decided that the IOC will take that. Jacques Rogge, the same way for 2006 and 2010. And then actually Thomas Bach, in 2014, Jacques made a decision there, but President Bach actually decided not to take these costs for different reason. And the discussion in Pyeongchang is what it was not actually an issue, as with the NHL was not there. But we had, I would say we were working nearly 1 year. We started nearly 1 year ago to work with the IOC and the NHL and the NHLPA to get an agreement. At the end, we could find an agreement. I would say Christophe Duby was very, very helpful. He is the director of the Olympic Games. He's a hockey fan. His father was playing in the Swiss national team. So he helped us a lot to get this agreement with Bokok, that Bokok will actually take over the cost of the transportation and of the insurance. On the other side, we have to take care of the cost of the guests and all the how do you say, the logistical part of the NHLPA when they are coming, the so-called green rooms and other things. And in the discussion about the guests, there will be a challenge in China, as we had the same challenge in Tokyo for the Summer Olympic Games. As you maybe know, we did not have guests. We didn't even have spectators in Tokyo in Japan. And I think we will know in October, in the coming month, how it will be in China. We are actually expecting that the same way we will not have guests. So in Japan, even Thomas Bach, the president of the IOC, did not have his wife as a guest. So every IOC member and every president of the federations, the Summer Sports Federation, when they went to Japan, they could not have their wife or their partner or a guest there. That was really very strict, limited just to the people responsible of some of the part of their federation. So I guess it will be more or less the same way as it is it was in Tokyo. There are very strict regulations in China at the moment. As I told maybe that also yesterday, Thomas came from Hong Kong, same rules as in China. So when he goes back, he will have to stay 3 weeks, Thomas. You will have to stay 3 weeks in quarantine. So just to be here, thank you, Thomas, for coming. That was the good way. So we, Emma is there. Emma, where are you? Yeah, Emma in the back. Look, she actually played with the Finnish national team, Olympic medalist. No, you made medals. 5 Olympic Games, Emma. Just give her a hand. I mean, thank you, Emma, for coming. And what I said about the COVID-19 rule in China, they will be very strict. So at the moment, our delegates, Hannes, technical delegates, Hannes and Christian and Martin and maybe you, John, you will go and travel there in November for the test event. We are very lucky as we play in a ice hockey arena. So we do not have an outdoor sport where we need really the test event. So ice ring is ice ring. We have Harry Springfield there. He's an expert in Asia. And we have also some technical guys from North America to do the ice. And as you maybe know, we're going to play on the 2660 arena that actually we did that especially for in case the NHL will come. And in the future, I think we should consider to go also on the small size. I mean, it's a different game. I would say today it's a better game. Even my friend of Finland is not so much in favor. Maybe your guys in Finland. We still don't. No, we know that in Finland next year we will have 26-30, 60. Sorry, but they try to. When the president is changing, maybe they're going to try to change this rule. I hope not. I hope not. Maybe I should ask a question to the candidates on Friday when they make the presentation if they want to change it or not. Maybe. They're going to go back to 28. I think that would be a mistake if we make a discussion here. I mean, we are trying to go closer and closer to the NHL with the rules. And the best players in the world, they play on 26. They play on 26. Why should the best players of the world coming to our World Championship and Olympic Games and has to adjust? Okay, they are good. But you know, keep the 26. If you watch NHL games last season on the 26, and I hope you watch NHL games like I do, it's a different game. I mean, it's not boring. You know, our coaches on the 28 and 30 size that they put the people in the corner. You won maybe the World Championship in Slovakia because you were really playing the game and pushing the people in the corner, you know, and blocking the shots. And this is so bloody boring, you know. So anyway, that's another discussion. I speak too much this morning, John. So I will keep silent. If there are any questions on the Beijing Games, just feel free. I would like to thank here the people working in the working group we had. I mean, Luc, Franz, Peter Brisa, and Bob. Bob, you were very helpful there with the NHL. And for sure, I mean, in the office, I speak about Ashley. We are still working on the MOU with the IOC. I hope I will be able to sign it before I'm no more president. So, but thank you, Ashley, what you did. So, any questions for the Olympic Games 2022 in Beijing? Not the case, John. Or then we give the floor to our friend Luc. The finances, Monsieur Tardif.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Council colleague, delegate, Mesdames et Messieurs, that's an honor for me to present the financial report of 2020-2021. But first of all, I wanted to make sure that on the virtual way, everything's worked well and you can see the, yes, okay. So just before to start and talk about 2020-2021, we will have this agenda. A quick look back to the final figure season 2019-2020, and after that, this season probably 2020-2021 with our main activity, the employee situation, the risk assessment, and the extraordinary events, and finally the final figure for 2020-2021, and a quick look ahead for the seasons coming. Just to coming back to the season, though, yes, the season was impacted by COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. Most part of the championship had to be canceled. No marketing contract revenue due to the cancellation of the Ice Hockey World Championship in Switzerland. And the event cancellation, fortunately, covered the main part of the not received revenue. So to give you an idea of the final profit and loss in statement of 2019-2020. So on the income side, as you can see, there is no marketing contract, but yet we've got the insurance reimbursement at the level of 22.8 million. So it gave us a total income of 26.6 million. After that, on the expenses line, so the championship cost included the COVID-19 support that all the M&A had for when we gave 25,000 for the cancellation. So Olympic program cost, club competition program, committee project, and operational service for an amount of 30.8 million, 12.6 million of expenses. Remember, that was the first year we start to build the allocation new event cancellation fund. Just for the newcomer, our contract with the insurance is will be okay till 2023. And we decide in the council to start to build our own insurance, because certainly the negotiation at that level in 2023 will not going to be the same. So a net result of 5 million. Main activity, playing. Organization of 40 events, that's the usual activity. 30 IIHF championship, 6 continental club tournament, 2 congresses, the women development camp, and the 20 committee working meeting. So during all the years, and the council meeting. What was effectively executed? The organization of 6 events, 4 IIHF championship, the women and the men's world, under 18 and under 20 for the men's. Continental Cup, we had to cancel everything. And we had one hybrid congress in the annual congress of Riga, and another one, 2 hybrid council meeting, and 20 council call. Really busy on those kind of calls during that time. Virtual committee meeting and webinars were often organized. So let's talk about 2020-2021. Profit and loss and balance sheet as the end of June 30, 2021. So you've got on the right side the expenses, marketing, sponsor event at the level of 34.2 million. The Olympic program, the M&A related income, and the operational income for the amount of 37.8 million. On the left side, you get the expenses, included the Continental Cup, the IIHF competition at the level of 31.4 million. The Olympic expenses, committee program, personnel costs, and operational service for the total expenses of 42.7 million. Second year of constitution of the allocation to the event fund at the level of 5 million, and it will be like that the next years, for a total result of below 9.9 million. So the different variant between the budget and the actual result. That's not a big amount, but we didn't have any income in Lavia, but the plus was coming, and the good surprise was coming by the successful organization of under 20 in Edmonton. And for the Olympic program income, so that's due to the COVID situation, several development activities were postponed. M&A related income, so due to the championship cancellation, we reduced the number of game officials, so that means you, for the amount of below 200,000, yeah. Other income, the main variance is the reimbursement of by M&A and the third part, including the extra costs for the participating team and other stakeholders for the extra accommodation because of the COVID and the semi-annual congress in Riga for the amount of around 2 million. So here's the detail about the income. As you can see, the marketing contract for 21.6 million. championship income, and that's the good surprise about the under 20 organization in for 3.2 million and usual sponsor. After that, you got the detail of the Olympic program income. I'll let you see. The M&A related income with the transfer fee, the membership and all those things. And the Olympic program. So I like those picture because it gives you an idea quickly of where does money come. As you can see, there is 90%, a little bit more than 90% coming directly from the marketing contract and their main event. After that, you got also the Olympic and the M&A income, but that's important to see that diagram, and I will come back maybe a little bit later on it. Here is the detail about IIHF competition related expenses for 31.5 million. The Olympic program, that was the preparation. The committee related income expenses, sorry, and the personnel cost for 4.6 million. Operational service for 6 million. So you got the IIHF Congress, the IIHF Council, IIHF Services, Building Service Administration, technology and new media, because we use a lot during the COVID time, and the marketing and communication. It gave us for the expenses this diagram. As you can see, there's directly 75% going directly to organize our sport or competition. That's compared to some other federation that's high level. So we can say that we're doing well. So it gave us a net result of variance of plus 3.6. But so it gave us, how do you say that, with the allocation and cancellation fund, so a result of below 9.9 million. Here, a view of our fund. So as you can see, the ERMAC fund, so that means the growing the fund, the game fund, the insurance fund, the event cancellation fund that we start to build for at the end of June 2021, an amount of 14.2 million. So with the general fund and with the returning earnings, so we can have now we know that at the end of June 2021, the situation right now, we've got in our fund equity capital of 22.5 million. So it gave us a balance at the end of 2021, the June 2021, between the asset and liability, 54 million. I would like to show you this because I think that's important to explain you that with the 4 years we had with most the COVID time, that was not an easy time to handle the whole thing. But what is the more important to retain? So at the end of 2016, 2017, our fund were 22.7 million. So when you know that we had to cancel, we had to fight for the insurance, so that we are coming at the end of this Olympic cycle with about the same amount of our fund. I think for a while I didn't expect to show you this this nice result. But Mr. President, I think after 27 years, you can leave. You can leave your president, and you can say your federation is in good shape, and I think that's also the work and the confidence of all my colleagues. And after that, I will come back for all the thank you I have to say. For the newcomers, parking. What is parking? That's our office. I think René talked a lot about that yesterday about the office, and you'll see. At the moment, that's a big value for that. I used to say sometimes when in a hurry, in a bad situation, you have to sell the house. And usually that's not a good deal when you have to do that in a hurry, but we don't have to do that. And I think that's a really important value. So you've got for the parking at the end of June 2021 between the asset and liability, so 13.2 million. And a result of 57,000 plus. So main conclusion regarding the actual financial situation. The IIHF is in a stable situation, but like usual, there's no way we have to say that. We have to stay alert, handle our financial resource. That's our job. Reasonable also for the future. What I would like to say, special thank to the finance committee by my side. We made a lot of working about the finance regulation that's going to be ready and voted. So that means we are update everything about that. So thank you for my colleagues. So Andreas, Hub, Andrea, and my two favorite internal auditor, Christer and Fabio. I want also to thank you all the director of department, because we push them all the time to bring back, first to respect their budget, but to bring back in time, because there is that's not easy to first of all, because we want to do it, send you in time all the details, so you make sure that when you come into the Congress, you had time to look at the figures and possibly ask a few detail or give a remark. So thank you. And the last and not the least, our director of the finance and multifunction guy now, John. Mr. President, so thank you for your confidence, and the colleague too, because I think that's a common work. And what I can say is I'm proud to, first of all the work done the last 4 years. There is no more cash circulation. I mean, the situation is clean, all the accounts are clean, and I think we can be proud of that. Thank you.
Well, merci beaucoup, Luc. I think you made a very, very good presentation. Before we go to comments, I would like to give you the floor to ask some questions, if you have some questions regarding this presentation.
If you're too shy, it can be outside after, or send an email or something.
Yeah, Luc is actually also, John is also, don't ask me because I have not really a big expertise in bookkeeping. So I trust my people, but maybe I would like, I have to do this because it is like it is, but Horst actually did a really good job. We have to agree to that on the finances here. Horst Lichner, our former general secretary, he was really following. I remember a lot of discussion with him, and John is actually. I always take the good picture when John is sitting on the money, try to get the money out of there. Not so easy. Not so easy, John. And we had a good, really good, very good relation on that in the office. And Luc, I mean, you were always ready when we discussed. I think the good thing what we did is that when we make the risk analysis in, I think it was 2012, 13. when we decided to make this insurance, I think it was really based on the problems we had on the terrorist side. You remember we had some threats, very big threats on the terrorism. And just think about your World Championship you had in France, Luc. You remember you just before we had this Bataclan, or I think we had this the terrorist attacks. I think it cost you what, 800,000 euro to make actually all the protection for the championship you had 2017.
Yeah.
17. So actually preparing on that, we made this risk analysis, and we made actually the cancellation insurance on more actually based on a terrorist problem. And when we had the discussion with our broker in Germany, Mr. Bockelmann, I think we invited him in also here. Actually, we discussed about this pandemic, and nobody was thinking about that. And we said, why not? I mean, it doesn't really cost so much more money. And I think that was maybe the best investment we ever did in our federation, to pay this insurance and getting back the money, especially for the cancellation of the Swiss World Championship in Zurich. And then this year in Riga, as you said, Luc, we did not have any income, or very small income, I think 180,000 euros, something like that, due to the coronavirus. And we are still discussing, John, I think with the insurance and together with Infront, and to find a way that we will have some income on this side. And what you said, Luc, I think after the Olympic circle, to have more or less the same amount as this 20 million, that was 2017. And then going through these 2 seasons, very difficult seasons, I think it's ein Meisterstück, I would say so. What you did in the office, and you and all the people in the finance committee, that we could actually achieve that. So I'm really proud and happy that we can actually give to the next council and the president a federation in very, very good shape. And maybe I would like also, if we speak finances, Philip. So I think we made a very good deal with you for over 500 million. I don't think you would sign this agreement today. I don't think so. I mean, and I will not forget, because I was actually a little bit in the back for this negotiation. Bob Nicholson was the chairman of this group, and we had a lot of. Some of the people said, no, we should wait to the new president coming in, and waiting, maybe the prices are getting higher. We should, And I always said, we never, but it also can go down. It's not always going up. It can also go down. And we are very lucky. And also here, Horst was actually, Bruno and you, and Horst, you had some very good fights there. So, but 500 million, you will have the IIHF, not you, but the IIHF has actually a new contract of 502 million. 505. Okay, thank you, Bruno. It's important, the 5 million. 505 million Swiss francs. So I mean, for the future is really actually this. We are safe on this point there, and maybe one of the biggest challenge for the council will also be how you're going to spend this money. That's a discussion they will have with the Congress and the different committees. And never forget, we are a sports federation. Sometimes we are not a marketing federation. We are not somehow a federation. We should actually give the money to the sport, to the development of sport. And I trust you people, I mean, sitting here as delegates, that you will come with very good proposals, how you are going to spend the money. And never, ever forget. I think I'm reading all this candidature, I mean, all these programs. Never forget, who is bringing the money? Who is bringing the money to this federation? on a little part is the under 20 we have with the contract we have with Hockey Canada, but the money is coming from the big guys. And respect the big guys. Don't think that you can control them. If you try to control, they will control you, and then you will be in trouble. So never forget that. We have to respect that. I think when I discuss with them, and I agree, when I discussed with Bob when he was president of Hockey Canada, and he said, okay, maybe he made the first rank is $100 million something, but you spend much more money to bring the players and the guests and all that to come here. So, and many of the bigger federations, they have actually more costs than they have income when they participate in the World Championship. So think about the big guys, because they're bringing you the money. Don't kill the hen who brings the golden egg. Take care. Take care. It's just a little thing. So to maybe remind you when you go on Saturday. I'm making now little politics. Maybe yes, not so really. But thank you, Philip. Thank you very much for this contract. I think that makes us really a good feeling, and then the money we have in the bank account. So, questions? Come on, guys, in the back. Virtus from Latvia.
Dear Luke, thank you so much for this presentation. I think the finances is a backbone of our existence, and it was very well done, but a little bit too quick for a simple guy from Latvia. Would you be so kind and send this presentation to M&As to be able to study, understand a little bit more in details? I think we need it to be able to understand better. Thank you.
Actually, John, we do that normally or not?
Yeah.
Or Luke?
We did everything to, that's what we promised, to send you all the detail 1 month before or 3 weeks, John? Yeah? Because I remember we had a remark, and that's why we have to push the director of department to be in time to get approved by the council. But they had 3 weeks or a month before, I think. Huh?
So you should have received with the second notice about the 32-page report with all the details in. But of course, we will send you the presentation as well, and you will have it in the minutes as well. So we have nothing to hide, and of course, we are very, very grateful to share the presentation with you guys as well.
Yeah. If I can add something, I don't know if you noticed. Now we got the report. Usually we had 1 or 2 pages about the financial report. A discussion in the finance committee that was not enough, and that was not possible in 1 or 2 pages to give all the detail. What we decide together is do a complete, really complete report. Usually that's we are building it. Usually our target is to put on the site a really complete with the presentation, a mix up the presentation and what we send you, and it will be available usually in the middle of December. That's on the website, completely transparency, and that was a decision of the finance committee. But it took a long time to build, because we put everything on it. So middle of December usually, John. So you've got this complete report only exclusive for the finance side.
I think this is an important point, Virsus. Thank you, that you do not have the feeling that we try to hide something. As maybe the older generation remembers, in the past we had 3 overheads. I mean, we had the expenses, the incomes, and the balance sheet on the overhead. Maybe you remember. And then it was we had no papers. I mean, it took 1 minute to make the presentation and okay, yes or no. So I think we had a big change now, and we can be always more transparent. And I really hope also that we will continue like that, Bob.
Yeah, Luke, I just like to say, since you've taken over, we're much more transparent, but your comments is a really good one in that, you know, there's so much, so many dollars going in so many directions. This is a tough forum to really understand it. And I think the new council and the new treasurer, and along with John, should look at a way to that the M&As can ask more detailed questions, because I think we've done a good job here. Now we just need to get a little bit different dialogue. And this format is difficult for people to do it. So it's a little bit of a challenge to the new council.
Now, there is still to do, but we're working on it. Yeah.
It was never the intention that we hide something. So as you know, when we canceled actually on the expenditure of the World Championship, maybe that's a figure which looks a little bit strange, as we did not have any, or we had a couple, I mean, 3 or 4 World Championships on the top level. But we gave to every actually team who would participate in the World Championship, we canceled, I think, $25,000, no? So, I mean, on the numbers we had, it's very, very fast. You have more than, I don't know, 6-7 millions we spent. And also the money we gave to the cancellation of the World Championship, of the top World Championship in Switzerland, we actually gave also some financial support there. We really tried to give you a maximum of support during this COVID-19 situation. And yeah, the coming season will be tricky. We do not know. So I think the new council has, and with the office, to monitor again. We have now a full program of the World Championship, but we have no chance. We need then to monitor. Maybe we will have some countries. I always take the example of Denmark, where you can come free, and then some countries like China today is closed. You know, if you want to go to China, you go 3 weeks to quarantine. So I think this is one of the challenge you will have on the coming season. And we will not have any insurance anymore in Finland. So high key for you, it will be, I really hope you can sell all the tickets. That would be, and if not, so we will have then to find a way how we could cover actually the income with the money of Infront for Riga, and cover the loss we had, the additional loss by the insurance. We will then have to find a way how, if we do not have spectators in Finland, I'm sure we will be able to play. So this is actually, then we will have the income of Infront to cover the costs there. But there are challenges there where we can actually try to do the best. Okay, no more questions. Just feel free. Not the case. So then we go to you, Cristo, no? The auditor's report, Ms. Fabio. Cristo, you have the floor.
Dear Mr. President, dear council members, dear delegates. In accordance with the IIHF statutes and bylaws, as IIHF internal auditors, we have audited the yearly accounts of the International Ice Hockey Federation for the fiscal year of 2021. Our audit was based on the following documentation and reports, reviewed it and evaluated at the IIHF headquarters in Zurich. Audit report and working notes from the external auditor, curator revision. Minutes of the council and executive committee meetings. Balance sheet, profit and loss statements and ledger. Budget for the business year 2021. Meeting with the General Secretary ad interim and Director of Finance, John Vergood. Furthermore, we took into consideration the risk assessment done by Council. In accordance to a stringent process which has been set up for the ongoing assessments of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, Council conducted also in the business year 2021 intensive and timely risk assessments, implemented the appropriate measures to mitigate the risk of the financial year and to safeguard the resources of IIHF. This result of the financial year ended up in a net loss of Swiss francs 9,937,175 against a budget loss of Swiss francs 10,255,000. The allocation of the net loss of the funds complies with the law, statutes, and the bylaws of IIHF. The yearly accounts thus confirm to the budget figures. The main difference have been duly justified. We have checked them on random basis against council decisions, invoices, and additional supporting documentation. We ascertained that the working process of the IIHF accounting system is proceeding correctly. We can also confirm that the external auditors were conducted in an efficient and cost-efficient manner and would like to recommend to the Congress the appointment of curator revision for the next fiscal year. In completing our report, we want to take the opportunity to again thank the President René Fasel, the Treasurer Luc Tardif, the General Secretary ad interim and Director of Finance and Administration John Berragut for their cooperation. As a result of our audit, our conviction is that the books of accounts present a fair and honest view of the financial statement of the International Ice Hockey Federation for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2021. We are therefore prepared to recommend to the Congress acceptance of the report of the external auditors and the discharge of the President, the Council, and the General Secretary for the period of July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. The IIHF auditors, September 4th, 2021, my colleague Fabio Ottoli and myself. Thank you.
Krista just stay there. Maybe you have some questions. Yeah, you think so? Now, Krista was a former council member. He actually was also president of, he was a hockey player for sure. And he was the president of the Swedish Ice Hockey Association. I don't know for how many years. Krista, how many years president?
11 years.
11 years in Sweden, president, not easy. So that's really a success. And he actually knows how to go in the books. That's actually your profession also. And he is helped by Fabio. You know, Fabio is a typical Swiss, and even worse, he's a typical Swiss German. You know, even he's coming from Ticino, the Italian part. But I thank you, Fabio, also, because you made my life not easy in the last 5 or 6 years. You know, the reason why we do not travel with cash anymore, it's for sure because of you. I was more in favor of the cash. John is always saying that when he went to Florida the first time he was the financial guy, he had to travel with 360,000 Swiss francs to Florida in his bag. Impossible today. You know, we were paying cash for the older generation, for the participants, for the referees. That was all in cash. And when Fabio came, it was like a scandal. So, but I think also thanks to you, Fabio, I would say we have the account now. It's done. It's not always perfect. I mean, you are like you are. You will never be happy, and this is good. Just stay as you did. So also thank you, also Christian. Questions to our auditors?
No.
No. And we have also, do not forget, that's by law, we have to have an external auditor in Switzerland. So they are actually the internal one and the external one. So I think that's a very good control we can have on, and trust, actually. Thank you, Krista, and thank you, Fabio, for the very good job. Okay, John, where we are? Now we have to be discharged by the auditors, no? Did that or not?
So as one point of the audit report is the request to give discharge to of the responsibilities of the president, the treasurer, and the council. And René cannot give himself his discharge. I kindly ask you if you approving the discharge, if you approve the financial report, and you approve the auditor's report as presented today. Anybody against? It's not the case. Thank you. Then we have one additional point. We have, like René said, the external auditors. Yes, we had up to now, we had Curator Revision AG in Zurich. They are well known, they're very good, they're working with us in a very good basis. And our auditors recommend to continue with Curator Revision AG as external auditors. Anybody against? This is not the case. Thank you. We have now a point which is not on the agenda, but I would like to ask our representative of Switzerland to come to the floor.
Dear council members, dear delegates, dear hockey family. René, it's a big honor to me to be here now and speak some words about you. And yeah, an area is coming to an end. After 27 years, tomorrow, it will be your last day as presidency of the IIHF. We, as the Swiss Ice Hockey Federation, have always been, and we are still proud that you are our president. For our national federation first, Swiss Ice Hockey, and then for the international federation. During your presidency at the IIHF, you have always served and led the international ice hockey with the typical Swiss qualities: diplomatic, outcome-oriented, meditating, respectful, humble, and with a grand hands-on attitude. You have started your career as an ice hockey referee. In that role, you always respected the rules. You were clear in your decisions and you stood up for justice. You kept all these virtues during your whole presidency at the IIHF until this day. You're a patron, you're a bridge builder, a networker, and a visionary. Ice hockey is your passion. The game we all love, and the players on the ice took the center stage for you, and you always made sure that their safety and health comes first. Good health is what we wish you and your whole family now. We are beyond thankful for everything you have done for our sport, and it's our biggest pleasure that we can present you now this first René Fassel Award that we will hand on every year to the best referee in Switzerland during the Swiss Ice Hockey Awards. René, I thank you very, very much for everything you did for Swiss Ice Hockey, for the international ice hockey, and certainly it's in my name, in the name of Swiss Ice Hockey, certainly for all of you in the hall, at home, and in the name of the whole hockey family. What you have done for us in the last 27 years, it's just incredible. Thank you very much, René.
René, you always stay true to your roots. Switzerland, Fribourg, and your team, Gotteron. is where your roots are. This place connects different cultures and languages. There could be no better place than Gotteron to honor your legacy. This is going to be a short video. We will see national and international legends from your team. René, thank you for everything you have done for our sports. And also for your country, for our country. Thank you very much.
"12 years as an active player, 10 years as an active referee, 3 years as president of Swiss Referee, 9 years president of the Swiss Ice Hockey Federation, 27 years president of the IIHF.
Уважаемые друзья Международной Федерации Хоккея, уважаемая семья Фазель, господин президент, дорогой друг Рене, вот уже 27 лет, как вы вместе стараетесь развивать эту прекрасную...
You're trying to develop this great game, which we call ice hockey. You achieved the greatest achievements. You are well known all over the world, and many people are coming for hockey to get maximum emotions. It was not an easy job to develop hockey in the right direction, but you achieved it. And to celebrate your work and to thank you, we are waiting for you in your native city of Freiburg, and we would like to create you a very good mood and to celebrate this great event. We are waiting for you in Freiburg.
Enfin, de te remercier pour ton travail extraordinaire et ton engagement en faveur du hockey sur glace, nous t'invitons, ainsi que ta famille et certains de tes compagnons de route, à passer une soirée inoubliable dans ta ville natale, Fribourg.
Lieber René, zu deiner Ehre werden wir hier in der neuen Arena anlässlich vom Heimspiel vom HC Fribourg-Gotteron die Namen ganz prominent platzieren. Wir hoffen, dass das passen wird und wir hoffen auch, dass du der Eishockey-Familie und dem Eishockey-Sport generell weiterhin deine Treue wirst halten. Danke vielmals.
We sincerely thank you, wish you well and look forward to seeing you soon.
Grossen Dank, viel Gesundheit weiterhin und bis bald hier in Fribourg.
Nous t'adressons un immense merci, une bonne santé et à bientôt.
Just thank you. I mean, I tried to really keep my emotion. Mais merci, c'est bien. Alors, I cannot speak, sorry. Thank you very much. So, what do we do now, John? No, it was a great time. So, je peux pas. I really hope it will get finished fast, you know. It's like being by the dentist when you're on the chair and the guy is still drilling your tooth, you know. It's very good when you sit on the good side of the chair, you know, but I have the feeling I'm sitting with a dentist and Paul Piccini is just drilling my teeth and trying to get something out. So it's a lot of pain, but at the same time, it's, as I said, it was a honor. And you see, Fribourg, the city where you have different languages. Christian, you played what, 17 years in Gotteron? Anyway, oof. So I'm really waiting for Saturday morning and when it will be finished. And I really hope that you will make the good choice, because actually this organization, you personally, I mean, your MNAs, you personally and the Federation, they deserve a good leadership, and every organizations that they have actually the leadership they deserve. So make the good choice, read the papers, listen what is possible, what you can do and what you want to do for the future. This is so important, because the future is it will be very difficult. I tell you, it will be not easy. Even we have the money, but the money is gone so fast. You know, so use the money in a good way, and I think when we started to have this federation, I mean, in '86, in the '90s, we brought actually hockey back on a level where it has to be. And I think today, if we have 600,000-700,000 spectators for our World Championship and over a billion, Philip, over a billion, it's because we have a good product. I mean, we have a good product because of you delegates. You made the good decision on the regulations. We had a good partner, marketing partner. Bruno, you did so much as being in charge of the winter sports. I mean, to make the good product here. And just to keep the level of this product. How do you keep the level of this product? Is that you do the development. You think about the young players, the girls, the boys, they start to give them the good rules, that they are safe, and actually then to take care of the game with the rules. That's why I'm so lucky to be a president who had the chance to be on the ice on the top level during 6 weeks. I was 10 years referee, 6 years on the top level. And you can feel and smell the ice. When somebody would like to talk about refereeing, I knew. And when somebody wants to speak about the game, I knew. Because you only know the game if you really go to a dressing room and you have the smell of the dressing room. And we are there, what's going on in the dressing room. When you know the game, then you have actually the potential and the capacity to make the good decisions. Never forget that. I think this is the property of the game, of the ice hockey. Don't let other people just try to control that. This is very, very important, that this federation is in the hand of hockey, and not some strange political games and going around and do some stuff. So be very, I mean, make the good, I will not be involved in that, but make the good decision. It will be so important that we can actually give this federation in the next generation, that we can actually want to make the good decision. But I'm very happy because you will still be here to make the good decision and trust you. So I'm very sorry, but John, you guys, you made me very happy, and I'm very honored. So yeah, not easy, but it's not finished yet. I will still be around, I hope, to make your life a little bit more difficult sometimes. But I'm so happy. I don't know what you say. Who is closing this, John? What is next? Can you help me a little bit to go out of this chair?
Yes, I will help you, even if I don't like to help you, but I have to help you. The next point on your agenda is the draw of the speeches for the candidates tomorrow, the order of the candidates for the speeches tomorrow. And Ashley will explain you how it works.
Thank you, John. So as indicated by John, we will do a draw. So each candidate will go in order of the name drawn out. We will start with presidents. We will put the presidents' names on the table. We will draw them. Then we will move on through senior, regional, and then council. As indicated in the documents sent out, each president will have 10 minutes to speak tomorrow. Each senior vice president, regional vice president, and council will have 5 minutes. If a candidate is running for president in senior council, etc., he will only receive the initial 10 minutes. As indicated in the election conduct guidelines, a member of the legal committee must do this draw. Ron DiGregorio, who is our chairman, as he is not running for the council this term, he will do the draw for us. We will start the draw now. For avoidance of doubt, we will start with the president. Just to clarify for the membership and the candidates, their names, all the presidential candidates are in an envelope. These have been sealed. We will place them on the counter and Ron will draw one out at a time. And then he will individually announce that candidate.
Now, is this the first person to speak? The first person to speak is Franz Reindl. The second person to speak is Peter Briza. The third person to speak is Sergei Goncharov. The fourth person to speak is Henrik Bach-Nielsen. And the fifth and last presidential candidate to speak will be Luke Toddy.
So just to explain, the next round of elections will be for senior vice president. As each candidate only speaks once, we only have one remaining candidate to speak for senior vice president, and that is Bob Nicholson. So Bob Nicholson will follow. And Ron can open his envelope, just to be sure.
Officially, it's Bob Nicholson.
After the senior vice president, we will announce we will move through the regional vice presidents. The first one that will speak will be for the Americas, as there are two candidates currently running for regional vice president, Bob Nicholson and Dave Ogren. We again only have one speaker left for this round, and it is Dave Ogren. Ron will confirm.
Indeed, it is Dave Ogren.
The second round of regional vice presidents will be the Asias, and we have two candidates that are running for Asian vice president, and now Ron will draw the order of those candidates.
The first person is Evaz Omakranov. And the final person will be Thomas Wu.
For the regional vice president of Europe, all of the candidates who are running will have already spoken in the presidential election section. So we will have no one speaking at the time of European vice president. We will move now on to the ladies, who they will be voted by acclamation, as we only have 2 female candidates. However, we will also give them the opportunity to speak tomorrow.
Sorry. We decided with Marta that we will speak together, so we don't need a draw for that. Thank you.
Just to clarify, if I understand correctly, they will come up and speak together on the stage. So there will be no 1 and 2 female speaker, correct? Okay. Now we will move on to the longest draw. It is for all candidate council positions. For avoidance of doubt, we have had 1 candidate withdraw from the election, which is obviously clear from also the Asian vice presidents. Gleb from Kazakhstan has withdrawn from the Asian vice president and also from the council. For clarity, candidates can withdraw at any time, even during the election.
The first person to speak is Pavel Brewery. The second to speak is Frank Gonzalez. The third to speak is Jan Bolder. The fourth to speak is Heikki Haitanen. The fifth to speak is Vistos Kosels. The sixth person to speak is Jochen de la Gama. The seventh person to speak is Miroslav Satan. The eighth to speak is Reto Rafanir. The ninth to speak, Anders Lassen. The 10th to speak, Andrea Gios. And last but not least, Petros Noseda.
We have one more section. We will also give our auditors the opportunity to speak. We have 3 auditors running for 2 positions. Andres from Italy is running for council and for an auditor. Therefore, he will only speak once during his council term. And therefore, we have 2 places left for the 2 remaining auditors to speak.
Speaking first will be Hub Ben Griesen. Speaking second and last, Fabio Auditor.
That is the conclusion of the draw. We have noted this down. If any candidates have lost track of who goes what or who goes where, excuse me, you can visit us in the office and we will be able to tell you this information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Just to remind you, at 1 o'clock is practice time for the candidates to stay on the stage, to get their feeling and so on from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And I want to remind you, tomorrow it starts at 8:30. It's earlier because we need some time for the speeches. So 8:30 is start of the Congress with the explanation of the formalities and procedures for the voting. 8:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes, thank you. I'm back. Thank you, thank you, John. I think, did we discuss about the time? So there will be a clock, sound, a horn, like in actually, we had a discussion in the council to discuss about that. Go ahead, Ashley. Yeah.
Sorry, yes, this was given to all of the candidates, so it should be clear. But for the membership, there will be a countdown clock that is provided in front of the podium for all of the candidates who will run. And it is we've been very clear to them that at the time, when the time limit is done, the microphone will go off and also the presentation will stop. For the presidential candidates, they have 10 minutes. And for all other positions, they have 5 minutes. So we wish to stress again to the candidates, please practice and make sure your speech or your presentation is within the allotted time, because to be fair and equal for all candidates, we will turn off the microphone and we will stop the presentation at 10 minutes. Right now, because the clock will be directly in front of the candidates, we will not interrupt their speech and say 1 minute because it will be clear in front of them. And we do not want our interruption to mess with their remaining time. So the clock will be clearly in front of all candidates for you to see. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashley. What do you say, Kale? It's okay. So there is lunch at 12 o'clock in the same place as I think yesterday, John? Yeah, Hannes? At the same place. And that's, I think, on the program 16:45. If you want to come to the, the Legends game, that would be a pleasure. If not, so enjoy the evening or the night of in St. Petersburg. But see you tomorrow, 8:30 sharp for the presentation of the candidates. So merci beaucoup and wishing you a nice afternoon and bon appétit.